is a leopard. Can I just take a moment to say, this is epic. Wow, the power of women. Hey everyone, it's been a while since I checked in. I honestly have been reading this book for a lot longer than it usually takes me to read a book, and that's by no means a reflection of this book, but I've been traveling a lot. My work schedule has been crazy. Getting back into it, my schedule is lightening up a bit. This storyline of the witch, which I never thought I'd say in my life, is so boring. Like, I don't care about the witch storyline. I love anything that has to do with Kale, Dorian, Celaena, and that's it. I'm sure this witch is gonna tie in an amazing way at some point because it's Sarah J. Maas and like that's what she does, but I'm on page 223, chapter 27. It's going well. The dynamic between Kale and Dorian is super interesting. Like Dorian and this hot nurse character that he's super into. Oh, and then like Celaena's cousin, him and Kale seem to be, you know, making an alliance. I feel like all of these anti-king alliances are starting to shape up. I don't know, I feel like maybe Celaena will find a way to like get the witches on her side, but then like also she killed that head witch, which if they find out about that will definitely be an issue, and I feel like they will find out about it. I am very curious about the dynamic with Rowan. We love. I'm gonna stop blabbering. So I'm on chapter 53, page 446. The slaves all died, and I'm just kind of like, where do you go? Like, that's such an interesting thing to do as an author, to just like destroy the thing that keeps the main character going. Obviously, there are 5 more books in the series, so I'm sure we'll find somewhere to go. Up until recently, it's been just kind of slow rising action, and obviously Celaena and Rowan, like that storyline, I'm always like excited when we get there. Kale and Dorian is like fine, and Celaena's cousin, I forget what his name is, starts with an A. And then there's like the witch. I don't care about the witch's storyline. I'm wondering where she's gonna come in now. I have like about 100 pages left. We'll see. She was basically just captured by like the 3 demons, so. Okay, the Lady Marion sacrifice scene. Yeah. Feeling a little evil. Well, Sorsha was just beheaded. I guess some people have to die, you know. I realized in the first book I said Dorian can basically go f*** himself because of the whole dog situation. He is definitely, he's redeeming himself a little bit. I'll never forget, but I'm getting a bit of a soft spot for the man. Okay, so I just finished the book. I feel similarly after finishing this book to how I felt after I finished the last book, which was, that was a lot of like rising action, and now I'm like clocked in for the kill kind of a thing. I feel like Celaena's arc is going to be amazing. A lot of people say Sarah J. Maas's writing has gotten better, and that makes sense. I mean, the first Throne of Glass book was published in 2012. Example was published. Ah! Court of Silver Flames was published like 2 years ago. I just don't have like a ton of feelings towards this book. I really love Rowan. I think he's a great character. I love Celaena. I love their dynamic. I think Dorian's arc has been really cool, and so is Kale's. Maybe the best way to describe this is just the series is more of like a slow burn. I'm still enjoying it. I'd probably give this one a 4 out of 5. So I'm gonna read Assassin's Blade next because that is the reading order that makes sense to me. jumping the gun a little bit here, but prequels are called prequels and not book one for a reason. The things that we learned about both Celaena and Arobin in the first 3 books really color just even the first 2 pages of this book, and I do think that that is the purpose of a prequel, because it's like you know where these characters end up. The movie Maleficent with Angelina Jolie, like that doesn't really make sense. Or might make sense. The context in which you would see it if you had never grown up watching Sleeping Beauty would just be totally different and like not really what the creators had intended for it. I'm kind of getting on my prequel soapbox, but it's wild to me that like there's just such a big group of people that are like, you have to read the prequel first. I've never heard of that ever for any other series except this one, and I haven't found anything that really is like a good explanation for why, other than just sequentially it happens first. So I'm just like, I don't know. Something I'm also immediately appreciating is how much younger Celaena seems. It's not like super dramatic, but there definitely is a change. Like she's a completely different person now in a lot of ways, and Sarah J. Maas is just very specific in like how she's changed her voice, the way she talks and like moves and how she does things, and that's cool. I finished the first 3 novellas, so I'm just about to start The Assassin and the Underworld. The first one was good. God, so much for like female friendship in this series, right? Jeez. The whole Ansel storyline, I'm just kind of like, well, that stinks. This is a nice little like palate cleanser. It's really giving a nice context to the character and like what she's done and like how many people she's killed and why she's killed them and her kind of moral compass and stuff and how tough she is and how much she's been through. I'm on chapter 7, page 394, and like Sam's not in the apartment. I'm just like dreading finishing this, honestly, just because I know what's going to happen, and you wouldn't have this experience if you read this first, and I think that you're supposed to have this experience when you're reading this book, and you're supposed to know where Celaena came from. It's just gonna be so sad. I hate the way she's described it in the other books about like how she found him, and like they're literally like about to leave and escape together, but it makes sense that it's like she obviously, you know, her purpose is to stay there and like be the savior and whatever, but it's just sad that like Sam has to die. Arobin showed up and he's like, Sam's dead. I'm kind of like really mad at Sam because I feel like this whole decision and like predicament he found himself in, dying, I do feel like he brought it on himself with his pride in a way, and not in a way that's like super immature or whatever, but I feel like he just felt that like Celaena has just really pulled the weight and like spearheaded so much that I feel like he felt that he wanted to like prove himself to her, which is like very sweet, but I think like in situations like these that are so serious, he should have been smarter and like not let that get in the way, and it's just very sad. I mean, I'm not surprised that Arobin did all of this, but he better get what's coming to him in these next 4 books. Something I'll say is, 1, I'm backlit to choice. 2, there are so many references to the Assassin's Blade very early on in this book, and that just again confirms that I believe you should read Assassin's Blade 4th. I miss Rowan a lot. I feel like Kaol and I guess Aelin, who's having a bit of a Hannah Montana situation at present, they've just kind of like butthurt each other a little bit. I mean, I don't know if they're meant to be like romantically together, but I do think that they can trust each other, minus the fact that she did try to kill him once, but like tensions were high, you know what I mean? I'm so happy. I forget what her name is, but she's like the wife / prisoner of Duke Parrington with the long raven hair, aka my track. She's back. I'm hoping she has a good arc. I think she will if I know Sarah J. Maas. Okay, change of plan. Lysandra might be my track and my new favorite character. Well, this book is moving a lot faster. I look like such a jabroni. I'm also wearing frownies, and you can get frownies too using my code for 10% off, link in description. No, seriously, they're great. They're like a non-toxic, non-invasive, really affordable Botox alternative. I'm burning through. I'm starting to enjoy the witch storyline with what's-her-face, a lead. The characters are really like, there's a lot of history behind them now. Like, this is the 5th book. They're making plans. There's like tensions within the group. There's tensions outside of the group. There's just a lot of people that want different things, but want some of the same things. And it's just, in the words of Sheena Shea, it's all happening. Oh, I also wanted to share like one of my favorite quotes from this book so far. It was in part that I read last night when like the dancers went in. She saved Adian. I'm probably really butchering these names. The leader of the dancers, that woman. When you shatter the chains of this world and forge the next, remember that art is as vital as food to a kingdom. Without it, a kingdom is nothing and will be forgotten by time. Wherever you set your throne, no matter how long it takes, I will come to you and I will bring music and dancing. It's just like, that hits hard, especially today. Yeah, I got kind of emo. Yes! Rowan has entered the chat! Oh, I'm so happy. Oh my god. Oh my god, this smells like such a good book. Empire of Storms. Tower of Dawn. Ready for my tandem read. It really is intimidating being like, I'm gonna read this book, basically. Yikes. I want to read Queen of Shadows. I've really been enjoying this book. I love like the black and red aesthetic. It makes me feel like Nesta, even though that's not this book. I'm always striving to feel like Nesta. Aelin, I guess now, just gets into this sexy nightgown and Rowan just can't take it. I really ship them. I really love him. I love her. I think they really are equal counterparts, respect each other. It's beautiful. Love it. These Dorian chapters are so depressing. I honestly don't know if he's gonna die or not. Part of me, knowing Sarah J. Maas, feels like she'll get him out of it in a way. Otherwise, the setup of celaena / Aelin choosing not to kill him, I don't know if that would have happened if Sarah J. Maas prepared for him to live. But I don't know, we'll see. I've been wrong before. But I'm usually right. In the context of Duke Parrington, I'm starting to like Manon, and I feel like she's going to be good. I feel like she has a heart somehow. And I feel like she's going to help Aelin. Okay, Manon wrote to her grandmother, but how's it getting there? Like, I feel like it's gonna be intercepted by Duke Parrington and his cronies. Oh, you wrote her? Okay. I love Rowan, but I actually feel bad for Adian. His ego must be so destroyed. I don't know, Lysandra's smile was a thing of savage, dark beauty. That might be my track. This is like a very odd shirt. It's like a bag. We are in part 2. The end of part 1 of this book was so satisfying. Aelin's plan was amazing. I love that what's-her-face got to kill him. Aelin better give enough money to, what is her name? What's her name? Lysandra. Why is she not like buying her out of prostitution? Like, I don't understand. She has so much money. Like, give some to her because she killed, there's so many A names. She killed the King of Assassins. I hope that she comes around to that. Maybe she already has. I feel like Aelin thinks of things before anybody else does. This whole thing where she's like a shapeshifter and like she's not even in her real body, that's like crazy. That's my update. Thank you. Another thing I think I said as a prediction, but I'm not sure, but I definitely thought it, was a lead that she was the daughter of the woman that saved Aelin as a kid and like sacrificed herself for her. I remembered she had a daughter, and then I was like, oh, this girl is like kind of that age and like is from the same country, so I'm like, probably her. Confirmed. Thank you. Okay, I have a crazy crazy theory. Lysandra's been captured. They're like trying to like gather fae. Aiden's saying there's no fae left, and those fae that are left are probably still trapped in their animal form. And I'm thinking, okay, that's I think the second or third time that sentence has been said in this series so far, so it makes me think that there is somebody in animal form that we've come across that is someone that like we're supposed to know. So the only animal I could think of was her dog. So I'm just like, what's going on? I don't have like an exact prediction with it, but I just feel like it wouldn't have been brought up that many times. Okay, why would Aelin, right after getting Kale from Manon, be like, oh, by the way, yeah, I also killed Poppy Yellowlegs? Why? Like, are you just bored now? I thought for a second that they were like make out, you know? Not like actually make out, but like, I do think they're gonna team together at some point. But it looks like they're gonna have to get through a few hurdles first. I love Aelin's like it ends with us attitude towards young women that are trying to kill her. With what's her face in Assassin's Blade and now Manon, she just sees the generational trauma that has guided them to this point, identifies with it, and decides to save them. A smart business decision as well, but I think she actually did it out of the goodness of her heart, personally. So I've been reading all morning. First of all, when we see what Manon wrote, which killer, the human is still inside him. Full body chills. It seems like their plan may or may not be going accordingly because the king knows that she is Aelin. I don't know if she's playing him. She's always like 15 million steps ahead of everyone else, so it's all happening. I'm so confused. So is Kale dead? Like, what's happening? God, these like short chapters from the perspective of the Vow Prince, it's just like, it is not looking good, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, also, just because I need a break from this for a second, I was not surprised, obviously, when Aiden like freed Lysandra and the little one. But it made me pretty emo. And like I don't know like what happened with Kale. Then the pain came and he was not afraid. You know, just the whole like for rest, for Brillo, for Sorsha, for Dorian, for Aelin and Aiden and their family. Just made me really emo. Seeing Kale's last thoughts. If they are his last thoughts, I don't know if they're his last thoughts. It just made me a little emo. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the book now. Okay, what is Lorcan's deal? Like, what is his deal? What is his deal? What's his motivation? Who's he working for? Okay, so they blew up the tower. Now there's like a whole army of Valg soldiers. Like, but will they have their magic? Because if they have their magic, I feel like Lorcan and Rowan, I don't know why I said Lorcan first, that was sinful. Rowan and Lorcan can definitely take them, especially if Aelin comes, obviously. Once this book is done, things are going to be different in the dynamic, and I'm just like nervous to finish it. Wow. I have chills. I have chills. The magic is free. I feel like the end of this book is going to be like the king is dead, but now we have to worry about like Maeve, and like I think our antagonist is going to shift to like the magical world. The king will be dead. That's my prediction. I'm also just so excited magic is back. Like I feel like so many things are going to be revealed, and it really is truly like a whole new world. Everyone is going to be basically a different person because magic is back. Like that's so exciting. Aelin like fighting for Dorian right now, pleading with him, is kind of destroying me. Oh, she put the ring on Dorian. Oh. See, I thought that she was gonna use it for her to protect herself. I didn't even think that she would put it on Dorian to like get the Valg out of him. Wow. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna be so upset if Kale's dead and Dorian lived. That's gonna be really upsetting. Can you imagine being Dorian and just being like trapped inside of his body, and then all of a sudden like your friend is standing in front of you and you're free? At least a single tearina. I produce more than one tear. Lysandra is a leopard. Can I just take a moment to say, this is epic. And this is just giving like the Battle of Hogwarts. When fucking Nestrin comes in and like saves her with the arrow, it's just people appearing in all these different places, like saving the day. Wow, the power of women. Okay, so the king is claiming that he's killed Kale, but I'm just not buying it yet. Maybe that's foolish of me, but that's where I am. I think Kale escaped and the king is using Kale as like some sort of manipulation tactic. The darkness shattered against a wall of ice. But we know who that's coming from. Oh no, I just put my makeup on today. Ugh. I am like sweating, like my pits are not doing well. When is Manon gonna show up? When is a lead gonna show up? Wait, I have chills. Is the Duke of Parrington behind all of this? I'm literally like, I have full body chills right now. I did not see this coming, if that is what's actually happening. What? I didn't see it coming. Seeing Aelin claim her identity as queen in front of the people was magnifique. A lot of questions. Just like, meanwhile, a lead in the dungeon. I don't know why I find that so funny. Okay, I'm kind of upset about Lady Kelton, whatever. But I also feel like, is she gonna be like a phoenix rising from the ashes? Like, is that gonna be the arc? I don't know. We'll see. I love this like man and redemption arc. It's amazing. It's very like, I've been in a cult my whole life and I've just realized and now I've got to make up for lost time vibes.